Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop 10-minute tool review. And in this week's video, I'm going to be telling you what my favourite workshop tool is. But is it a Parkside? Roll the intro. So if you're a regular subscriber, you will know over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, quite a lot of different tools have been through the Garage Workshop. And I wanted to give you a rundown of some of my favorites leading to my favorite tool in the workshop. Now, I do want to caveat this a little bit on how I've gone about making this decision. I'm not making this decision based purely on the price or purely on how often I have used the tool. I'm making the decision on what I think is the best overall tool for the money and for the amount of use that it's had in the channel. It's also a participation video, and in the comments I'd like you to put down what is your favorite tool in your garage, your workshop, or wherever you do your woodworking. So I'm interested to see on what your number one is. Now, there's only a few tools here, and obviously there's a lot more tools in the workshop, and I'm going to give you a sort of breakdown top 5. But interestingly, will my top tool be a Parkside? So let's have a look at the tool that's come in number 5 in my list. So the tool that's coming in number 5 on my top 5 list is this. This is my DeWalt DCD785 combi drill and screwdriver. Now, I have had this tool since way before I had my YouTube channel. It's actually the first power tool that I ever bought, and I bought it about 9 years ago. This thing is absolutely indestructible, and I know when we've had discussions recently about Parkside and Chica and all those other brands, entry-level brands, we've talked a lot about getting what you pay for. With this, I certainly did. It's got an 18-volt 4 amp hour battery that came with it. I've since purchased a sort of replica one from Temu, and this is absolutely indestructible. It's gone through lots of things with me. As I said, it's been dropped loads of times. It's sort of an entry-level drill driver. It was at the time, but it is indestructible, and I certainly feel that I've got more than 3 or 4 times the money that I paid for it. So my 5th favorite tool in the Garage Workshop, my DeWalt DCD785. So I just wanted to quickly interrupt this video to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It helps the channel out a huge amount, and I'd really appreciate it. Now back to the video. So the tool coming in at number 4 is a really new tool, and it is by the brand Chica. This was featured in a recent circular saw review video, and I'll put a link to that video in the description of this in case you haven't seen it. This one has got the ridiculously long name, which I'll put on the screen, and I have had an opportunity to use it 2 or 3 times now since I filmed that video, and for the money, it is a really strong, powerful little saw. I think it's equal to my Evolution saw, which was a significantly higher price. It gives really accurate cuts. Sometimes there's a little bit of cutout, but it is now becoming my go-to saw, whereas my Parkside plunge saw was before. So my 4th favorite tool in the Garage Workshop at the moment is this Chica circular saw. So coming in at number 3, the first Parkside tool in my top 5. And again, it's another drill driver, and it is this, the Parkside PBSA 12. Now, this tool is always coming up in the Parkside sales. We've been very spoilt this year with Parkside. We've had a number of sales, and as Robert Weekend Shedhead has shown on his channel, there have been so many really good quality Parkside Parkside tools, but for me, pound for pound, this is the best. It's the best in terms of value for money, and it is an incredibly strong, powerful little unit. But apart from that, it is really, really well made. The base is a really nice mixture of rubber protection and solid plastic. The buttons on it are nice and strong and good, and it is a really powerful little unit. It does 90% of the things that I do, and it's equivalent in lots of ways to my impact drive, although obviously it hasn't got the same amount of torque. This is definitely my go-to. In fact, this is my second one that I'm on. As you'll know if you've been watching the channel for a while, the first one of these that I had perished. It just burnt out. So as soon as it came back into sale, I bought a new one, and again, been super, super happy with it. So the third of my top 5 tools, the Parkside PBSA12 drill driver. So my second favourite tool in the Garage Workshop top 5 tools is this, my compact saw stop table saw. Not only is this the most expensive piece of kit that I've got in the Garage Workshop, which it is, this saw has changed my woodworking to a completely different level, and it really shows you the difference between having an entry-level product like my Evolution Rage 5S, which was my previous table saw, which I'm not knocking it, it is a brilliant entry-level saw, but up against the saw stop there is just no comparison. The quality of how this is built, the power that is in the motor that is inside it, and the accuracy that you can get with the rack and pinion fence is just brilliant. And when I had this saw, and I was very kindly lent it by SawStop for the recent review, I hoped in some ways I wouldn't fall in love with it, because A, it's really expensive, and B, it's the sort of tool where once you've had it, you don't want to go back to anything else. So number 2, and a clear number 2 in this review, my top 5 tools in the Garage Workshop, is this, my compact SawStop table saw. Now, it hasn't made my top 5, but a notable mention for my trend router table. This thing is amazing. Earlier on in the year, I did a video where I built this cabinet, and I sort of did a little review of this. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video, but this unit is amazing. If you are contemplating getting a router table, I know there's lots of things, you can make them yourself, and there's lots of things out on the market, but this trend top which I put inside this unit is absolutely brilliant. It gives super accurate cuts with the fence, and obviously with the combined trend router which I've got underneath, but it is an amazing tool. And the only reason why it's not in the top 5 is I just don't use it enough. I probably use it once every 2 or 3 months, but every time I use it, I think, wow, what a fantastic tool that is. It's not cheap. To have this set up is quite expensive, but it is really worth it. So although it didn't make the top 5, it's well worth a mention. So fellow woodworkers, what has made it to the number 1 tool in the Garage Workshop? Let's have a drum roll or a fanfare. Hopefully, if I can find a royalty-free sound effect, you just heard one of those 2 things. So, what tool have I plumbed for? Is it a Parkside tool? What is it? Well, the tool, which is my top tool, my favorite tool in the Garage Workshop, is not made by Parkside. Now, when I was making this video, it was a close call, because my trusty Parkside drill driver was definitely in my thinking, but my number 1 tool that I've selected for the Garage Workshop is a tool that I use all the time. It was incredibly cheap to buy, and it is really well suited to a lot of purposes, and it is this, my Chica wet and dry vac. I have gone on about how good this vac is in lots of my other videos. It was actually something that Chica sent to me, and I cannot tell you how often I use this vac. Every time I'm in the garage workshop, this vac is used. It's either used for cleaning up around my miter saw or my table saw, or when I've swept the floor, which is where it gets most of its use, I suck up all of the sawdust. This thing is amazing. The battery that is inside it, that comes with it, the 18 volt 4 amp hour battery that's inside it, is really strong. Originally it said I think it said it lasted for 20 minutes on one charge, but I rarely have to charge this battery. I think I probably charge it every 2 weeks, bearing in mind it gets used a lot of the time. This is a fantastic piece of kit, and I'm going to show you a little bit of footage here in the top corner that's from an upcoming video where I actually hooked this up to my router, and it managed, and I can't believe it myself, it managed to keep up pretty much mostly with the dust extraction from it. An absolutely fantastic little piece of kit. I am super happy with this Chica, and it's quite clearly the most used thing in the garage workshop. Now, just a little bit of a spoiler for an upcoming video. If you're watching this video on the day it's been released, at the moment, yesterday, a Parkside tool drop should have happened where a Parkside equivalent to the Chica was released. It's in their leaflet to be released. I'm filming this before the Sunday when it's due to come out. And in an upcoming video, I'm gonna, if I can get my hands on one, I'm gonna do a comparison video between the Chica and its Parkside equivalent. So overall, my favourite tool, the best tool in the garage workshop, is the portable Chica wet and dry vac. So, fellow woodworkers, that is the end of this 10-minute tool review. But before I go, as I did earlier with the router, I just want to give a special mention to this, which is my Craig pocket hole jig, the 520 Pro. I reviewed this in a video earlier in the year, and again, every video I've mentioned today, I will put a link in the description. The reason why I want to give this a special mention is this is a really, really good piece of kit, and the only reason why it didn't make my top 5 is I do think it is very expensive for what you get. But I do a lot of pocket holes on this channel. I'm a big believer in them, and I've used this probably 6 or 7 times now, and it is light years better than my other Craig pocket hole system. The adjustability and being able to twist the handle is absolutely fantastic, and I just wanted to give that a little bit of a shout out. So thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you're not a subscriber, please can I ask you to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment and hit the notification bell so you can see when I have new content coming out. If you are a regular viewer, please also don't forget to like and comment. And everyone watching this video, please join in with the discussion on what the top tools are. Put in the comments what is your favorite tool and why you think so. And I'm wondering how many of you are going to pick a Parkside tool. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.